Welcome to FreeMMOStation. My name is Skylant, and today we are playing Evolve.
FreeMMOStation.com.
Hey friends, so I have played Evolve for just a little bit now. I did not actually play the game whenever it was a AAA game, whenever it was a buy-to-play game. I did not play it at start, at launch. I did not play it basically until just now. I did play the beta. I played it a lot, considerably. I had a lot of fun with the game, and I was really hoping whenever it was announced that it would be a free-to-play game, especially because it was obvious they were focusing on esports. It was obvious they were going to focus on adding new characters into the game, new monsters, new hunters. I really wanted it to be free-to-play, and in the end, I think that what we have now, Evolve Stage 2, which is a free-to-play game, I think this is the product that we should have had at the very beginning, and I think that would have been amazing. As it is, yes, it's good. We're going to go over all the details, but I just want to say, and I'm probably going to mirror a lot of your thoughts. Yes, Evolve should have been this game. It should have been better. They really shouldn't have been money grubby. They asked way too much money, and not only did they ask too much money, but they didn't really do anything with that money. You know, like, I mean, these characters cost so much to unlock, and yet they barely released any. In fact, if we look at this game right now, as I'm playing it, there's really not that much added from back in the beta. I mean, surely there's new monsters, there are new hunters, there's 4 playable maps right now, and I understand that they are reworking some maps. I don't know how many maps were in the full game, but they are reworking maps. They are reworking every single character, that's hunters and monsters. They're reworking these so that the game is more fair, more balanced, and potentially we're going to see more tournaments, which is going to be really exciting. And so that's what this update is. The Stage 2 isn't just it going free-to-play, it's not just changing its monetization, it's a complete overhaul, a complete rebalance of the game, and overall it should be better. Now, I guess technically it's still in beta, so if you play right now, which you can for free, go on Steam, you're gonna have to type in Evolve Stage 2, clickety-clack, you can play the game, but there might be some glitches and stuff as they work through this, you know, they changed around some abilities, they added new abilities, and, you know, they're fixing things, so, you know, keep that in mind. It's still beta, but in saying that, I'm still gonna treat this like a full review. Now, it's gonna be a little bit rant style, yeah, but I'm gonna treat it like a full review because the game has been out for so long, and it was a AAA game, and it is a AAA free-to-play game. It's got a huge amount of polish, even though, you know, it's beta and there are some glitches and stuff, and it does lack some content, okay? It doesn't have that many game modes. It's got like 2 game modes, and it doesn't have that many characters. Now, for a AAA game that's been out for this long, that costs this much money, I would expect so much more, okay? I would expect way more monsters. It seems like half the monsters are really just sort of like different flavors. So you have the Goliath, and then you have the Meteor Goliath, which I don't even know if that's actually technically a different monster that has like slightly different abilities. It seems like maybe it just kind of looks different, like it fires blue and stuff. Reminds me of Space Godzilla versus Godzilla. Maybe it's different, maybe it's not. I need more experience with the game, but overall, I would expect way more. Now, as the game launched, like if we just pretend that this is a totally new, totally brand new freaking free-to-play game, then yeah, its roster is adequate. It's got enough hunters, it's got enough monsters. Now, it seems like some of these monsters aren't playable because they're still being retuned, and I don't know if some of the hunters aren't playable, but right now you can unlock characters. There is a free weekly rotation, so that's nice. A lot of games don't even have that. And the grind doesn't seem that extensive. Like already, I just played a couple of games, did the tutorials, I got a couple of characters unlocked for free. You still have the weekly rotation, and I can already purchase a new character. Since back in the beta, basically I played 24/7, I just played the monsters, so I'm probably gonna go and unlock, I don't know, the Gorgon or something, one of the monsters that I didn't get to play back then. So yeah, I like playing monsters. It's pretty fun playing the monster. But actually, you know, let's just go and talk about that. The monster. This is Evolve. This is basically the focal point of the game. I don't know what balancing has been done, and I mean, of course, because they did rebalance some things still need to continue to be balanced because of that. I think that the monsters are still too strong. Like, for instance, I was playing with a party, and we lost over and over and over to a monster, and this is the free-to-play version, and yet, when I played the monster for the first time in, like, a year, forever, I don't even know how long it's been, I completely destroyed them. I had full confidence that I would win. Now, maybe that's just my mindset, maybe that's just me as a player. I understand I'm not a bad player, but still, like, I shouldn't have complete and utter confidence in winning playing, like, my first time. Playing a monster I never played before. I didn't play the Meteor Goliath, so I don't freaking know. I played the Kraken back in beta. It's just weird. It's just weird, guys. Okay, so, yeah, but back in the day, back when the beta was going on, I played Monsters as well, and I only lost my first game, and after that, I literally won every single game after that, because the monster, overall, it's just easier to win as the monster. It's easier to work by yourself versus 4 people in solo queue who are just, you know, bumbling about. It's gonna take some more balancing. Now, they already have tried to change things. Like, for instance, now every single hunter can actually lay down a dome. The dome traps the monster, so it's easier to trap the monster, it's easier to get into those confrontations, but still, even at stage 1, it's really easy for the monster at level 1 to wreck face, to literally win games at level 1. And then once you destroy them, once you really dismantle their teamwork, or, you know, just kill 2 of them, then you can run away and very easily get to stage 3. Now, I understand competitively this might change a little bit. Maybe it's harder for the monster, like once players really know how to play the game. I know it seems like a lot of people don't know how to hit weak spots. It seems like people don't really know how to cut off monsters, because you can tab, see the map, and then cut off the monster, because you can track them, see where he's going. You know, it seems like monsters, it's just easier overall, you know, to coordinate by yourself versus playing with 3 other people as a hunter who all have different and varying abilities, which as a free-to-play player and you don't have everything unlocked, it can be confusing. So anyways, I just think for solo queue, it's so much easier to play as the monster, and that is actually detrimental. And that's why I didn't buy the game specifically. Yes, the cost absolutely weighed on that, but I like playing monsters. I wanted a fair competitive game. This game seemed like it was going to be competitive, and it just obviously wasn't balanced. That is a huge issue, okay, of why this game, a multiplayer-only game, which very much had like a focus on competitiveness, it wasn't balanced, and it still is not balanced. Yeah. Anyway, so saying that, they are very actively balancing the game. They're making some radical changes. They're taking some big risks, and I just realized if I'm confusing you guys because you don't know how Evolve plays, you're going to have to go see some reviews, you're going to have to go see some gameplay, because that's not what this video is about. The game has already been out for such a long time. We're going to be talking about the free-to-play version. Maybe at the end of this rant, I'll kind of give an overview, but we're really talking about what the differences, the changes from buy-to-play to free-to-play, and this video is assuming that you kind of know. So, sorry if I'm losing you guys. Anyways, Evolve, Stage 2, monsters are still OP, but they are very much, you can blatantly see that they are trying to make it easier and more fun, more watchable, more intuitive, just easier to get into overall. Oh, and in saying that, guys, speaking about intuitiveness, I have played this game on PC with controllers, with mouse and keyboard. You can play the game casually and have fun with both, because the game was made with consoles in mind. It's just plug and play, easy, done. Also, the control scheme for the monsters is very easily done with controller. It reminds me a lot of the controls in a game like Smite, so like a third-person kind of game with, you know, skill shots and abilities. It plays like that. But if you're playing a hunter, you know, because it is a FPS, it is a first-person shooter, even though it does have, like, you know, everyone has different abilities, you're still playing mainly with guns. Your arsenal is point and click, you know, guns. It is an FPS. You are going to want mouse and keyboard for the most optimum effect. But it is completely playable because, you know, the monster is pretty freaking huge. It's kind of hard to miss sometimes, as long as you get close. Okay, so things have been revamped. There's lots of little changes. You're gonna have to go into the patch notes to see those. I think for hardcore players, they might feel probably, I want to say happy. They might feel happy, though. Then again, there's a bunch of people who have spent money and haven't played since like the launch because they were disappointed in the game and nobody played it. And so basically, they wasted $60. I have a lot of friends that are like that. They paid $60, barely played the game. They didn't really get their hours out of it because, again, nobody played it. And then it went free to play. But if you did spend money, if you did own the game, you do get some stuff. I don't exactly know. Apparently, it's like you get these things called keys, and this is the in-game currency. And so you spend these keys to unlock characters. So I'm assuming, you know, if you spent money on the game, you do actually still get, you know, these characters in the game. So, you know, that's neat, I guess. I don't know how fair that is, but for what I've seen as a free-to-play player, the key system does seem pretty fair. It doesn't seem extraordinarily grindy, especially when you do have the weekly rotation. And you also get daily quests. So you get these quests, and you could do these little achievements and stuff. It's just like Hearthstone or Smite, something like that. And boom, there you go. You got some more currency. So you might have to play with a character that maybe you're not in love with just a couple of times, but literally just a couple of games, and you can buy a new character. Now, there is different tiers of these characters, which I'm assuming is going to represent like new characters coming out. And then from there, each subsequent character is going to, released in sequence. They're going to go down in price, kind of like in League of Legends. You know, the next newest character is going to go down in price, and the newest character has a new premium price. So it's going to hopefully be like that. So Evolve has that. You can buy a low tier character pretty quickly. And when I say low tier, I don't mean like they're bad characters. I don't really know how Evolve is, balanced right now. I don't think anybody really knows. It's all over the place. It's extremely chaotic. So please keep that in mind when you come into this. It is definitely beta. They have a huge amount of balancing to do because basically the original game was broken. It was broken. It wasn't very fun to watch. And now they're essentially trying to evolve what they had and change it into an appropriate sort of spectacle esport type of game. It's just overall more fun too. Basically, if you guys didn't play the original Evolve, the monster runs around and eats shit, okay? It's very hard to catch the monster. It was a lot of chasing. It was just way too easy to hide and sneak around as, especially certain kinds of monsters. And then when they did get found, they would just burst down hunters. Currently, it's very easy to find the monster, and especially if you're skilled, you can definitely trap it almost instantaneously, but the monster is just a little bit strong, okay? So if the monster could be toned down just a little bit, or, I don't know, make it just a little bit more vulnerable, maybe, potentially, I don't know. It's pretty close. I think the game is going in the right direction. It's just not quite there yet, which again is why they say beta. Now, there is no game modes. Basically, you have the hunt game mode, which is what Evolve's known for, chasing the monster, finding the monster, fighting the monster, and killing the monster or being killed. And the monster also can kill a relay/generator thing, potentially. So that's like, I mean, it's kind of like its primary goal. It doesn't really want to confront the hunters, but, based on the current meta, you totally actually want to fight the hunters and kick their ass. So yeah, once you enter stage 3 of the monster, because you can evolve literally and evolve abilities just like a MOBA, then you run to the relay and kick its ass. You destroy it or kill the hunters. So I think the sort of like competitive game mode has one extra life per character. So as long as nobody, like if everybody dies at the same time, then it's game over. The hunters at least, all 4. But if 3 die and 1 is still alive, then those 3 can respawn. However, if they die again, then that's it. They don't have any more lives. That's at least how the matchmaking works now. You have to be rank 20 to do competitive, so I don't know if the rules change there because I'm only rank 5 right now. But yeah, Evolve is pretty fun. I mean, I'm just trying to sort of like translate what has changed from the original Evolve, at least when I played back in beta, to now. And if we look at reviews, it says overall, on Steam, it says overall, it's at 19,000 reviews, mixed. And then recent, it's at 2,500 reviews, still mixed. Now, those recent reviews are probably from when Evolve, just before it went free to play. So I think we're actually going to see more positive results here. Now, I think some people might be salty because, again, they spent money and then now it's free to play. That's understandable. A lot of games are like that. But I think this is really the game that we should have had at the very beginning. There really needs to be a focus on creating more characters, creating more monsters, and yeah, these skins, these aesthetics, also which are completely purchasable with in-game currency, which is really nice. I do like that. That seems very fair. It seems like they're being the opposite of what they were before. Then again, we don't know the prices of actually spending money in the game. These skins could be like $20. I don't know. Warframe is actually like that. Warframe, extremely overpriced, yet everything can basically be earned in-game. So, it's kind of like, you don't need to spend money. If you want to support us, you can, but really, you can earn everything in-game, and that's kind of the point of the game. Evolve, it's not that grindy, definitely not as grindy as Warframe. Hopefully, it won't be as expensive as Warframe, but in the end, if you just play the game as a free-to-play player, it's extremely fair so far that I've seen, okay? So, we'll have to see as the game continues. Maybe I just have an inflated amount of keys because it is beta, because, I'm doing all these challenges, I'm getting all these achievements and stuff. Maybe that's why. I mean, that's how I felt in Heroes of the Storm. So it could just be it. I'm a new player, I'm getting lots of keys fast, and that's just gonna end pretty freaking soon. Who knows? But overall, the game is running, just as solidly as it was before. It's essentially the exact same game other than balance changes, which actually in the end, it does change the game, but it's not like, Evolve number 2 or something like that. It's the same game, so there's no point in me reviewing the old game. It's monsters versus hunters, 1 versus 4. You got a couple of maps that you can play on. The monster eats, other monsters and evolves, and it's a pretty fucking cool game. It's basically one of the cooler character shooters, asymmetrical things, 1 versus 4 monster game. I don't fucking know, man. Giant killing game. I don't know what you really consider this genre. It's really its own sort of thing. It's a very special thing, and I will say that. So even if this game sucked, okay, even if this game was super duper expensive, honestly, for those who did spend the money and played what is arguably a garbage game because nobody played it, even if you played 1 match, you still got an experience that literally not many people get, okay? I can't think actually of another game that buy to play or free to play or otherwise, you know, that has this sort of experience. I think it's very rare. It might be some sort of mini game, some sort of Minecraft mod, maybe inspired by Evolve, but Evolve is really its own unique experience. And so now the fact that it's free to play, anybody can even just try it. Even if this was a super grindy, super expensive game, it's still a unique and original concept that's really fun, at least just to try, just a couple of times. And I think as an esport game, it definitely has potential. The developers are really trying to push for it, and now with it being free to play, I think this is the time for it to shine. This is really the product that we should have had at the very beginning. So if you guys have no idea what Evolve was and you actually just listened to this whole rant and are still kind of confused, you really should go check out videos. I'm sure people are going to be doing tons of videos. There's probably tons of tips and tricks, and I'm sure more people are going to do that now that things have been rebalanced and new abilities have been added. You should really go check it out. This game is definitely worth trying. And in my opinion, okay, right now, even though I haven't seen all the game, haven't played all the characters, haven't really seen the balance or the competitiveness, even though, you know, it's still a first impression of this game, I want to say that this is the right direction, and it's probably definitely worth putting in your favorites bin on Steam. It's definitely worth trying and really getting into, okay? But then again, if you're even completely uninterested, it's definitely worth trying. It's a very unique experience, even if you play with bots, though I will say the AI is really, really fucking dumb, okay? Like, you're probably gonna lose if you play with bots. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Evolve Stage 2, the free-to-play Evolve, and it seems really good. It seems really good. Then again, just first impressions. Not a full review, though I totally critiqued the hell out of it just because it was a AAA game. There is some glitches and stuff, again, because it's beta. They're working on it, but remember, you also got that AAA production. Game looks good, games runs good, and overall, super original idea. Just go try it out. My name's Skylent. I will be playing Evolve. I'll probably do a couple of videos, maybe stream it on my personal channel at Skylent Games, or you can like and subscribe here at FreeMMOStation, where we check out awesome free-to-play games, such as, in my opinion, Evolve Stage 2, and hopefully, I'll see you guys again next time.